In the news today, title-winning manager Luke Coates leaves Newcastle United after a great season. Leon Bailey, in other news, has won European Player of the Year ahead of Messi and Ronaldo. And we wait to see what Luke Coates does next with his career. Will he be straight back into football? Now we go live to some reactions from Newcastle fans.
I think it's heartbreaking for every Newcastle United fan.
Rumours of the former Premier League manager going to Germany are high. However, some speculate that Luke Coates is currently en route to France. This is an unexpected career move on behalf of Coates, as this is often regarded a farmers' league. We will go live to the airport, where we'll have questions with Luke Coates as soon as he touches down. Oh, I believe we see him coming now. Any thoughts, Luke? J'adore ça! Bienvenue à Lyon!
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Hello and welcome to Entertaining Abroad. Oh wow, it's a new series, but it's the old series. What I mean by that is, if you're here on this episode, which is titled episode number 1 of Entertaining Abroad, and you haven't watched The Entertainers, the 25-part series, which is technically the start of this series, it's like a prequel. It's weird. Okay, just go watch that first. The Entertainers, they're some of the earlier videos in that are less polished than later ones, but it's part of the journey. You need to know how we got from there, 25 episodes, 3 seasons, to here, 2023. If you're coming straight from the Entertainers series, welcome. It's Entertaining Abroad. We've gone abroad. And you know by now, spoilers for The Entertainers, so if you haven't watched it, go watch it now. But if you have watched it, you know we last won the league there. We won the European Conference League there. And in our first season, we won the FA Cup there. So we got our trophies, and we got out. We completed England, because who gives a shit about the League Cup, quite frankly. And we're here with Leon, who, last season finished 10th in League. Sorry about your ears. I will do that probably quite a few times this season. Refer to it as League, and then do a weird noise, a bit like a donkey. But yeah, so our challenge is, well, I'll tell you exactly how the interview went. Really well, actually. It was the only interview we had. There was no other real clubs. Sadly, Bayern Munich weren't looking, and Borussia Dortmund weren't looking. They hung on to their managers who finished 2nd and 3rd, because I guess they don't want success. They're happy with 2nd. Bastards. So we'll come to France first. And we got a bit of a job on our hands here at Lyon, like I say. 10th place last season. We've promised the board Champions League qualification, which is, that's top 3. We've got to finish top 3 for that. I mean, honestly, last season, like I say, 10th place, but it was only 9 points off 3rd. It's very close usually from 2nd place down. Just, we need to do something about PSG, because obviously they've won league after league. Look, the first season, in this game, the 2021 season, Lyon finished 78 points in 2nd. That's good. That's closer. And again, they finished 2nd, 83 points. They were making progress, and then what happened? Well, you're not going to make progress unless you make changes. And we have made quite a few changes around here. We've been given a transfer budget of £80 million. I've used up a lot of it. I've sold a lot of players. I've sold a stalwart who is also captain here. He left a day before his testimonial. It's ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. So, before we meet any of the players, we've got to meet some of the ones who had left, so you know what sort of players were here. So let's quickly run through some outs. Lots of players actually left before I got here, including the likes of Maxime Cornet, if you know him. Is It looks like it's spelled cornet, but it's cornet, I believe. He's gone. I didn't sell him. He was already gone. I would have sold him anyway. We sold Thiago Maia, who you may remember actually had a brief 6-month spell on loan with us at Newcastle. Wow. So clearly I didn't rate him when he was there, and I sold him now. Bit controversial with the Lyon fans, this one. Club captain and stalwart Anthony Lopez. He's been at his Lyon. It's been a while. He's been here a while, I'd say. A little while. I sold him for £8 million. You're probably asking, is the replacement good? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. This is Jean Lucas. He's gone. Bye, Jean Lucas. This is Benjamin Stambouli. He's gone. Bye, Benjamin. So, actually, that brings me back to it. Those were the major sales. Stambouli, Jean Lucas, Anthony Lopez, Thiago Maia. Otherwise, they're just small bit part players that weren't really going to get a chance around here and have been sold or loaned out. Oh, yeah. And like I said, Cornet and Bonnet, some other players left earlier in the year before I got here as well. I brought in some players. I brought in some real players. And that's to go alongside what is a fantastic crop of young players here at Lyon. They've got an exceptional youth recruitment and stuff like that. So I was expecting there to be some hot prospects, but there are some very, very, very warm boys. Warm boys. No, hot prospects. Don't call them hot prospects. Don't call them warm boys, because that sounds a bit serial killery, doesn't it? Let's have a look at some of the transfers we brought in. Well, so let me explain this. This is Vinicius Jr. You know Vinicius Jr. He's bloody good, isn't he? Pretty damn good. He's on loan from Real Madrid. The reason he's on loan from Real Madrid is I joined just before the end of June. I think it is. Yeah, just before the end of June. So he was on loan here last season. So I extended that loan. It looks like he had an alright time last season, so I thought I'd keep him around. Good option on the left-hand side. We've got lots of options in most positions. So it's important to know that one or two of our players may be here on loan. The other player that's also on loan is from the other massive Spanish club, and he is Francisco Trincao. Yes, so we've got two wingers on loan, one from Real Madrid, one from Barcelona, Vinny Jr. and Trincao. Trincao plays on the right-hand side, is left-footed. Vinny Jr. plays on the left-hand side and is right-footed. So it's lovely. Trincao was also on loan here last season, had better time than Vinny Jr. and I decided that he should probably stay and help me out as well. I should mention as well, you haven't seen the formation yet. It's no longer the Entertainers 4-4-2. We're going to try and switch it up, play something different at each club, you know. There's still something different every now and again, you know. So I'll show you the formation in a minute, but you might get a bit of an idea out of some of these transfers of the sort of system we're playing. On to the next one. I thought the fullbacks needed an upgrade. So Kieran Tierney, I brought Kieran Tierney. Arsenal brought him from Scotland to England, and I've brought him just over the channel to France. He's slowly making his way south. Hopefully he's brought some sun cream, because he might burn otherwise, you know. Lovely in Lyon, I'm assuming, most time, especially now in August. Bloody hell. But yeah, Kieran Tierney was actually transfer listed. So for £27 million, not all of that is up front, I don't believe, because I'm a ruthless wheeler dealer. Yeah, we brought him in, and I think he's now the best left back at the club. Bar one very good prospect who probably will become better than Kieran. I told you there's some bloody good prospects here. We'll get to them. Just bear with me. Let's have a look at the right back I've brought in. Kevin Mbabu. He is a quality right back. Looks like the best sort of all-round right back for the money that I had. I've had to give him quite a lot of wages per week, but definitely is going to be the starting right back week in, week out. Pace, stamina, work rate. Defensively, he's pretty good. Passing's pretty good. Crossing's good. Dribbling's good. Paid £20 million to Inter Milan for him. where he actually started only 15 games last season in the league and got 4 assists. So consistently good average ratings as well, consistent assists. So I think he could be a real part of this team here at Lyon. I don't know what it is. I join a new club. One of the first things I do is let's get a new right back. Fuck this old right back, he's shit. Let's replace all fullbacks. So that's what I've done again. We're not only fullbacks. You're probably wondering who's replaced that legendary club captain goalkeeper. Well, we brought in one first choice goalkeeper and one substitute. I'll show you the substitute goalkeeper first. This is Colin Bernhard. He's 18 years old. He's a new gen, and he is just a young French goalkeeper. He's going to be, I think, third choice. We've got a second choice substitute goalkeeper, but if we can get Colin some game time, we will. Basically, I brought him in because he was at Reims, which is another French-based club, and Lyon have it as a requirement that I do bring in a decent percentage of the players that are based in France. And up until this point, I hadn't done that because I brought in Giardini and a few others. So, this is my attempt to appease the board and bring in a substitute young French goalkeeper. Let's look at the first choice. Don't look at me. I could tell you're upset already by the first choice goalkeeper. Now, hear me out. I know what Kepa is like sometimes, but those stats suggest he's look, it says world-class goalkeeper. So, you do the maths. No, don't do the maths. We actually got him for £15.5 million. I think it's a bit of a bargain, if you ask me. Really. I think he's much better than Maxime Gomez, and he's got 4 years on Maxime Gomez. He paid him quite a lot a week, but he was transfer listed as well. Him and Chiellini, both transfer listed when we got here by Premier League clubs, and I thought, let's get in there. Let's snatch them up. Let's just take some players with us just across the pond. They love it. Not across the pond, that's America. That's the phrase for America. Forget America right now. We're looking at Kepa Arrizabalaga, new Lyon goalkeeper. Got a swish of my finger. I'm excited about this. Who's next? Let's just look at the next player, will we? Yes. We're back into Milan. This is a centre-back we brought in because I think we do need a centre-back here to help with our other centre-back who you'll meet in a minute. His name is Diallo. He's very good. We're hoping that he doesn't get snatched up in the rest of the transfer window because I've arranged something with him. We'll talk about that in a minute. This is Lorenzo Pirola. He is 21 years old. He's Italian. He's a perfectionist. He's got a few years left of growth, and I think he could be a real top-class centre-back here, especially being a perfectionist. I think, he's going to be outstanding. We paid a bit of money for him, £20 million again to Inter Milan. He was on loan last year in Serie B. He looked like he stormed that league, so I don't see why not. We've got a lot of centre-backs, so we'll be rotating them a lot. And he'll get as many starts as possible. But I think he's pretty good. I don't know about you. Hopefully you think that as well. Otherwise, I'm just sort of a bit of a sitter remark, a bit of an idiot. But yeah, hopefully you don't think that I'm an idiot. Do you? Yeah, you do. You think I won that Premier League by luck, don't you? Well, let me tell you, you're probably right. Let's look at the next player. Luca Heismans, maybe. We'll call him Luca. Luca at Lyon. I'm Luke at Lyon. He's Luca at Lyon. We'll figure out the whole thing out. He's alright, isn't he? Resolute, 18 years old, Belgian, midfielder. Work rate, vision, technique, passing, and aggression are already in very, very nice places. But he's got a lot more potential to grow into as well. We got him from Belgian club KV Mechelen for £19.5 million. Again, not all of it up front. But he stormed that league last year at, well, probably 17, 18 years old. And I think he could be one for the future. So we'll be keeping him. Again, another thing here at Lyon is always investing in youth. And I think we've done that. And especially with European youth, it's going to be better that way because Italy has 2 maximum EU players per year. France has a bit more. You can have 4 non-EU players in your squad That's it though. Oh, four non-EU players, and yes, due to Brexit, that does count Kieran Tierney now. So, whoops a fucking daisy, Kieran. I bet he voted to remain. He's a lovely lad. And last but not least is Baptiste Zama. Lovely name. What a name. Fantastic name, Baptiste. He is another wonder kid we bought from within France, so that keeps that percentage of players based in France that we've signed up. And yeah, again, another wonder kid, 18. We need to get his personality from light-hearted to something more serious and that sort of look. Yeah, that's what we're doing. But already he's got 17 techniques, so we know those technicals can work on the physicals a bit. Mentals will come with age, and I think he's already pretty good. You're probably looking thinking, false 9, you need to replace that as his preferred thing. Well, no, we'll go talk about it now, but we're playing false 9. We also paid £5 million for Baptiste, so bit of a bargain. Yeah, let's have a look at the tactics, what we're playing here, and the whole squad as it is. We're playing a 4-3-3 with double attacking Mazzalas. Wow, did you see that coming? Oh, I don't think you did. At the back, we've got sweeper keeper, ball playing defenders, and the pivot midfielder, which is let's look through some of these names here. Starting centre backs, obviously you know Tierney, Mbabu, and Kepa by now, but starting centre back here is Diallo. Abdul Diallo is an absolute brilliant centre back, the best centre back here at the club currently. He's worth 27 million. He's wanted by Real Madrid, and we've spoken about it because Real Madrid came in with an offer. I rejected. He was a bit upset. So we talked about it, and we agreed that if Real Madrid come in with an offer of £40 million, then we'll let you go. Look, there it is. You see it right there. That is the most I could agree with him, and he wouldn't stay otherwise because he's ambitious, that bastard. Ambitious. However, I do have a plan. If he does leave, let me just show you quickly. Just load this up very quickly. We'll just hang on. Yeah, if he does leave, Malang Sarr is available on the transfer list from Chelsea for £30.5 million. So, if Real Madrid come in with a £40 million offer, Diallo leaves, we bring in Sarr for a replacement. I believe it should work out. But hopefully, they just don't come in for Diallo. Because he's vice captain now. Yeah, he's bloody good. We've also got Pablo Mari here, who's ex-Arsenal player. I think is a 29-year-old experienced head in the centre back position. Again, good centre back. Played last season 29 times, 1 goal, 1 player of the match performance. Just decent. Yeah, he left Arsenal for only 10.5 million, so Arsenal making a very tidy profit of £500,000 there. Great news. Good stuff. Pablo Mari, good player, good centre-back. Let's look at the centre-backs while we're here. Parola, you saw there, and then we've got 2 others. We've got Gagnon, who's 26, French. So we're wanting our centre-backs to be ball players, and he can do that. He's not got the vision, but his strength is pretty damn unrivaled, and bravery. He can jump up and head that ball like no man's business. He also dives into tackles and gets the crowd going, probably by crunching people's ankles. I like this man. He's lovely. I just wish I could... I don't know how to say GN yet. No, that's offensive. Lovely Luke, stop that. We've also got Samuel Gigot, who is Algerian. We tried to sell him because we've got a lot of centre-backs and he's only wanted on loan. So we're going to keep him around as a ball-playing defender, which means we have about 5-6 ball-playing defenders, all of which are decent level. But I think Diallo, Mari are a starting pair with our friend Pirola off the bench. And then we got these 2, Gignon and Gagnon. Gignon and Gagnon. I'm messing up their names horribly and making fun of them by trying to put them as some sort of Rosie and Jim, but a French centre-back partnership. Sometimes I'm just rambling, aren't I? Well, that's the centre-backs. Let's have a quick look at the left-backs we've got here. Obviously, Kieran Tierney will be starting left-back. The left-back who was here before him, Rehan Aitnouri, is a very good backup left-back, I think. All-round, very just just good all round. 22 years old as well, so he's still got a little bit of room to grow, and he is growing still. So if we can get some of those 14s up to 16, maybe he can challenge Kieran Tierney constantly. But, well, when you look at Paul Castro, you don't know if he's got a future here anymore, Ait Nouri, because this lad is 17 years old, and my word, he's something special, isn't he? He is, I think, a product of the youth academy here. He had a loan at Bordeaux in Ligue 1 last season and played 27 times. So, yeah, left backs were pretty stacked. We've got 3 very class left backs. And, yeah, this lad, I think maybe we could sell Ait Nouri. There's still months left of the transfer window. I'm not sure if we really need Ait Nouri at this point, because Paul Castro is probably second choice, to be honest. He's just really nice. He can also play centre-back, but I don't think his jumping reach is quite there for that sort of thing. But if we need him to play centre-back, he can do that as well. So, wonderful player, Paul Castro. That is our left-backs. Right-backs, obviously, you've seen Mbabu. Behind him, we've got Valentin Rosier. Again, another decent all-round wing-back who can do a little bit of everything. Jack of all trades, master of none. But a good squad player to have in the team. Brought him from 2.8 million last year, played 14 games. Did all right, so good for him. And in terms of other right backs, we've got Valentin Richard, who is our 16-year-old right back, who again will probably be second choice in no time because he's pretty good. We've got a lot of good young players here, and they've got to fight for their place in the team and a punch in my hand. Wow. If you can skip to the next bit if you're not enjoying just going through the players, but I just want you to meet them all and sort of learn about the system we're trying to play. In the deep-lying playmaker role on defend, we've got Bruno Guimaraes, who is, again, just a brilliant all-round player, and he's got that passing and vision just so he can sit there and do a great job. He can try killer balls, plays 1-2s, doesn't dive into tackles, so he's going to be in front of the defence, holding the ball, pinging passes like an absolute monster. He's bloody good, isn't he? I do like him, and he's got 12 long shots, so maybe he'll ping a few in from there. Other players we could play in that position, I believe we've got Cacharet, who we're going to be using as our second choice there, although he could be first choice as well. He's 23 years old. His vision, passing technique, work rate, first touch. He's good. They're all good players. We've got lots of good players. I just don't know if they're good enough to beat the Paris Saint-Germain bastards. Ahead of them, well, the midfield is really where it's at. Lucas Paqueta on one of the Mezzala duties, Mezzala attack here. Yeah, flair, technique, agility, pace, first touch, left-footed, shoots from distance, likes to lob the keeper, tries tricks. Go on, Lucas. Long shots of 14 as well, so I don't mind if you do shoot. If you do like a 40-yard lob, I will get your name tattooed on my willy. I won't, but just think about it like that. And this man is still here as well. Houssem Aouar is here. I thought he'd be gone by now. I thought somebody would have snapped him up. But no, we get to use Houssem Aouar, who is, because Maxime Gomez left, Aouar is now captain. So, good job, Houssem. He is wanted by a lot of clubs. And again, he said that if Real Madrid want to come in, he'd probably want to leave. But we haven't talked about it thoroughly yet. I'm going to sneeze. There we go. Finished sneezing. Feeling better. Sorry, I'm just allergic to players that are this world class. I'm not. I don't say that. He's considering maybe looking at a big club, but I think we can keep him around. Other than him, we've got players like De Silva, who can sit in that Mezzala role. And again, we've got class all over the pitch, really. And some other players as well. Like Moimb is our 17-year-old option there. Again, potential everywhere. Either footed, this lad as well. So, I don't know. What are you going to do? Sorry about that. Again, just more nostril-based calamities on behalf of myself and hay fever there. You don't need to know about that. You're still thinking about the team. Like I say, Moimb, Husman, so you saw we brought in as well. It's another player. Blas, who are we playing? I think you're playing in there as well. He's like all the way down the pecking order, but we've got so many options there. We've got a huge squad, by the way. So we'll try and speed this up a bit. Wingers, you know about Vinicius Jr. and Trincao. Otherwise, we've got Rayan Cherki, who is a 19-year-old, a bit of a wonder kid. He can play either side, which is why he's currently on the bench. He's bloody good as well, either-footed as well. So he's here to do that. Otherwise, we've got... This is an interesting case. You're probably confused as to why there's a 25-year-old regen and we're only in 2023. So the first season, I only had, I think, English League loaded, and the others were maybe view only. And then some of them weren't even view only. So then we loaded in the other leagues, and for some reason it's created some older new gens or regens. For instance, this guy apparently we bought for last year for 6.5 million from Sevilla. There is another player that I will address in this universe just because he's pretty good. If you go to Valencia, you notice this man, Soy Maroro. He's 29 and looks like he could be one of the best strikers in the world, and he's Malian and he doesn't exist. And we're not allowed to buy him, even though his release clause is £48.5 million. But yeah, so there you go. That's why we've got Quito. But again, he's all right. He can play inside forward attack on the right hand side. He's a bit fickle, but either-footed. He's here, and I've explained that now. So no more questions, Your Honour. Thank you. Watao is another wonder kid, 17 years old, Belgian. Apparently he's more of a winger out on that side, but I think we can train him up into an inside forward on the left or the right maybe. Again, he's got the potential, he's got the ability. He's already nearly good enough to start as an inside forward without even training properly. So again, there's just talent across the board. Lega is another young player, inside forward. Can play up front as well, but not the role we really need. I mean, he can sort of play false nine, but yeah, it'll probably be more out here on the wing. Who else? Oh yeah, we've got Marcus Thuram as well, inside forward on the left, more likely his starting position. He can play through the middle, but again, I guess if we need another option, if we need like a complete forward, I might use him as a secondary option for something when we need something different through the middle, because as a striker, his pace and strength is probably going to be bloody difficult to stop. Although he did only score 4 goals in the French league last year. So, never mind. You've seen Zama, who is our other striker. Now, Zama will be third choice striker, maybe mixed with Thuram. But our first 2 choice strikers are Luis Muriel, who will be playing today. False 9. He's 32 now, so his physicals will start declining. So we're going to have to look at using the other 2 strikers coming up soon, but for now I think Muriel can really give us something this season. 14 goals and 4 assists last year is nothing to be sniffed at, so I think he's still got a year in him. Whether it will be any good at false 9, I think so. His off the ball work and his flair mean that he should be able to do it. He should, shouldn't he? If he can't, then we've got our backup, who is Yad Lochurio 4. Like the Japanese soup. Fo. He's bloody good, isn't he? 19. Look at that first touch finishing. His teamwork's 15 and his passing 17, which is why I think a false 9 is probably the way to go with him. Anticipation. He's got everything you need for a great false 9. So him and Muriel will be rotating depending on form this season. And yeah, I think that very much covers it. Who's this lad? I forgot to mention. Oh, he's just another 19-year-old French lad who's doing good stuff. And this is our substitute goalkeeper, Julian Pollersbeck. You can see why I brought in another substitute goalkeeper who's really young. But here we are, and there's lots more players in the other team, the under 23s and under whatever's they've got here. But here's how the system should work. The back line should stay fairly steady. Right and left back can obviously ping forward when they need to. But on support, they'll do it. They'll be a bit more smart about it. The ball-playing centre-backs, the sweeper keeper and the playmaker can sort of make some triangles with the wing-backs as well and try and just keep the ball and play out from the back. The Mazzalas will peel off sideways or wherever they want. They're pretty free to roam, and they will do. And the inside forwards will come inside, so hopefully these guys can go outside. These guys will come inside. These guys will pop up over occasionally on the overlap. The false nine will drag the centre backs back. These guys will be causing issues for the wing backs, and then the Mazzalas can just have a bit of fun with it, really. So that's the plan. Yeah. Now, so all that all said, who is the one team in this league you don't want to play for your first competitive game? That's right, it's Paris Saint-Germain away. Opening day. We've won our friendlies though, so that's nice. I mean, I didn't play them. So hopefully the system works and we can go out there and show the world we are the new Lyon side. I've realised it's still 5 days away. So I'm going to do some continuing now, and then to round up this first episode of Entertaining Abroad, the continuation of the Entertainers, we're going to play PSG in the opening day and hopefully not lose. Hello again. I've been clicking a lot on the continue button because it's still the transfer window, so obviously it takes a little bit of a while to get through the days. I'm just like this, trying to swat off Inter Milan because they keep coming in with bids for Uar, and Uar's like, I have no interest in joining them, but if you let me talk to them, maybe they can convince me. And I'm like, I heard the first bit where you said you're not interested, so I reject it until Real Madrid come in with an offer that's massive. Then Uar is going nowhere. Good pun, right? It's time to play PSG. Yeah, it's a horrible team, isn't it? Yeah, that's... Wow. They signed Onana from Leicester, so familiar faces everywhere. Otherwise, Grimaldo, Kimpembe, Eric Garcia, Marquinhos, Coop Miners, Bernardo Silvas, Kai Havertz, Neymar, Mbappe, whoever this guy is. Shit, this is going to be difficult. But I have faith in this team. Luis Muriel can pull that defence while the other two just swill in from the sides. It's going to be great. Am I making any changes? Yes, Paul Castro to the bench. Rozier's got a bit of a knock as well. So, Valentin Richards, do you think you're ready? 16 years old? I think you're ready to go to the bench, mate. Nah, he's on the bench. Otherwise, anybody else should be on the bench? I don't think so. It's difficult to say though because I don't know why I'm doing that voice. Oh, I forgot to mention this guy, by the way. This is Thomas Pedersen. He's a natural centre-back. A natural libero who's physically amazing. If he's going to become a centre-back, he needs to do something about his rest of his stats. But apparently he's been trained as a winger and he's really good at that apart from his tech. I don't know what to do with Thomas, but he's got potential, so he's still here. Enough about him. Here is the team. Start to get familiar with them. Plays today. It's Kepa in goal. It's Tierney, Diallo, Mari, Mbabu, Bruno Guimaraes, Oa, Paqueta, Vinny Jr., Trincao and Muriel start today. Away we go. So there it is, the PSG team. As we saw, it looks very, very dangerous. Never mark Mbappe tightly because he will just turn us. Let's say pump the fists. We owe PSG after what happened last time. I wasn't here. I wasn't paying attention to the French league. But I'm going to keep pumping the fists and handing out the faith. I've inspired and motivated them. They know who I am. They know. Oh, can you sum up your feelings? It's a special day. You're confident Bruno will perform. I'm very happy with him. And we are in to this match. Apparently, their recent form, they drew a game. I guess they had to play the French equivalent of the, the Shield, Community Shield. The Community Shield. I don't know what that was either. I'm not really sure. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm not showing it, am I? Not showing it at all. Just trying to be as lively as possible. Nims didn't have a badge there. Everybody else did. So that's something you don't have to worry about anymore. Badges and names. We're in the French league now, baby. As there's a highlight straight from kickoff. PSG played it round. This is our first few minutes in France. Let's hope it doesn't end in disaster. We're trying to take Lyon to the top. Obviously, we've got to beat these guys to get to the top. So a good start today is ideal. I'd take a draw. I'll say that now. I'll take a draw. I'll take not losing any stretch of the imagination. That yellow ball is hard to see. Whose idea was this to play with a silly little yellow ball? PSG went close there. Let's Wait for another highlight. Throw in for PSG. Kimpembe gives it to Havertz. Gets it back again. We should close him down. The ball comes into the box and Diallo with a block on Mbappe there. I don't know if you could see it because somebody's got a stupid yellow ball. Stupid. I can't see the cross going in. We're going to have to change camera angle for this because it's very difficult to see. TV. It does give us a better view of the ball. Director. Yeah, we'll go director for today just because the bloody ball is stupid. It's a stupid bloody football. Corner for us. Trincao knocks it in. Diallo, it's away, and Grimaldo's chasing that down. Can we not get caught on the counter attack, please? We chase him down. Who is that chasing him down? I don't know. It's Awar. It's into Neymar, and Neymar slots it at home. That's no good, is it? We got caught on a counter. PSG have bloody counter-attacked us. Well, that's no good. We had players on the edge of the area. Nobody picked it up. The corner didn't come to anything. Ronaldo just slots it into Neymar. 3 players around him, but nobody seems to care that much. We're 1-0 down to PSG. So we don't need to see it a second time, all right? Now they're saying to man-mark Mbappe. I don't know what you want. That puts us down to the bottom of the league. Neymar with a free kick. It's whipped in. Mari clears. Awar, let's go. Counter-attacking time for us. Awar. Uwar's lost it there. And it's all the way back to Onana. What's his name? It's into Havertz. Havertz over the top to Mbappe. And he's probably going to do that, I guess, to us. There is a reason they've won the league a few times. I think they've got some all right players, if you ask me. As they just, that was very Route 1, wasn't it? Onana to Havertz, Havertz to Mbappe, Mbappe from the edge of the area. They didn't even get into our box. I am bloody furious about this. A counter-attacking Route 1 PSG side. Fucking liberty of it. Okay, corner to us. Trincao whips it in. Mari's at the front post, and it's just wise. We brought our near post corner routine with us from Newcastle. Hoping it works. So far, nothing's working. Everybody's having a shit game. Vinny Jr.'s dropped to a 6.0 and will be coming off at half-time, I believe. Because so far, that's shit. 2-0 down. Not happy with that. Show me something else in the second half, please. Then pump the fists. Faith, pump the fists. Bit of faith, pump the fists. Bit of faith. We'll start the second half as we ended the first, but instruction-wise, this is what we're doing. Fairly wide, shorter, higher tempo, run at defence. Maybe we shouldn't be running at the defence as much. We're just going to take that off, and hopefully we're not losing the ball so much by running at them then. Passing it a bit quicker across the ground. We don't have the dribblers that we did from Newcastle. 56 minutes have gone now. I'm going to make a change. Vinny Jr. still not doing much. I believe Cherky has the ability to play outside. Yes, he does. So Cherky on. I'm also going to bring on for Muriel because I have not seen anything from him today. And in the midfield, maybe a change is needed, but for now, we're going to leave it as is and go out there. Maybe we should go a bit more attacking. We started positively as well. You really want me to tell them to man mark, but I'm not sure we should because then that's all on one person. They've got Kaya George they just brought on as well. Okay, then we're going to go a bit more attacking. And since they brought off Neymar, they think this game's won probably. So we've got a goal kick. Kepa from the back. Mari into Kepa. Kepa launches it forward to Paqueta. Paqueta in his Mazzala role outside. The inside forward drifts inside. Now Paqueta's taking over from him. Trying to pull the defence wide. Paqueta just gets tackled instead. And Kulfeski, who the hell is that guy, just gets on it. Poor from us there. Diallo with a good challenge, but if we can't string a fucking pass together, then I don't see what chance we have as this advertising blares around the stadium. Oh, jeez. Nobody is doing much today. In the middle, I think we need a change. De Silva is going to come on for Paqueta, who's just lost the ball a lot. As Sawar, but I know he's got the quality. Kepa with another goal kick gives it to Diallo. Diallo forward. Poor Diallo. What is... right. Can we understand what short passing means? It doesn't mean fucking use the fucking ball to give it to fucking Mbappe with a fucking stupid clearance. We had 3 of us around there, and nobody decided to go for the short pass. This is bloody awful. So it's good to get this out of the way nice and early, isn't it? We're not watching this because fuck them, quite frankly. Stay on feet. We're not even. I haven't even asked to dive in, but yeah, we're not pressing Mbappe. Who's not pressing Mbappe? Bloody hell! No wonder this team finished 10th last year. Well, welcome to France. Whatever I said earlier, I used Google Translate, to be honest. Defence have been awful, midfield have been awful, attack have been awful. What a shit game to start off. Welcome to France. Don't throw the wall, thrash the arms. Far from pleased with that. But we lost our first game in France, 3-0 to PSG. Still a lot of work to be done. Well, there you go. Let's have a look, though, because they finished 10th last year, so it's only Ligue 1 and the French Cup we're in this year. So nothing but Ligue 1 until January. So when should we meet back next? I think we should get a bit of the way into the season. Maybe around October time, bit of Amiens, Lille, or Saint Etienne. I nearly said Saint Maximin. I miss him already, don't I? I do. He's French. Should I bring him in? He's not based in France, though, so the board wouldn't be happy. We'll meet back around October sometime, when hopefully results will have picked up because we'll not play PSG anymore. We play them on the last day of the... Good. We play them on the last day as well. That's fucking great. So I'll see you back. If you're liking this, like it. If you're new here and you've just picked up Entertaining Abroad, or you've just watched through the entertainers, remember to subscribe. Join me as we try and conquer Europe, one of the big 5 leagues at a time. Until next time. Bye!